Welcome to our agriculture case study on business transformation. This is part 6 of our 11-part series on an industry sector case study for transformation around technology. Here we look at records management in the context of automation and artificial intelligence. We encourage you to pause, read the screens, and download the images from the comments. Key message: for stakeholders to share information and for automated processing, the records management needs to be addressed in transformation around technology. Collaboration between stakeholders is needed for end-to-end integration. It is the management of records or information between the stakeholders which enables operations and gains in productivity to be realized. The banking example of integrated payments shows this, as well as being illustrative of how vested interests and competing needs could be overcome and benefits realized. At the center of integration is the sharing of information with agreement on common standards, processes, protocols, procedures, information with structure and metadata, and reporting between stakeholders. Consider livestock again. Those similar principles can apply to aquaculture, where the animal record is central to the end-to-end supply chain. When the animal is processed, the links to the overall animal record still carry forward within the supply chain. The obvious example is the customer scanning a QR code in a retail outlet to determine the source and probity of their food. For other agriculture products like fruit, root crop, nuts, seeds, or fiber, a similar record approach is also needed. This applies to monocultures as well as the factory warehouse intensive food production operations. For healthcare, it is the access to patient records with the required role-based access, permissions, anonymization, and privacy management which is required and is equivalent to the animal or produce record in agriculture. Agreement on common standards, processes, protocols, procedures, information with structures and metadata, and reporting between stakeholders is again required and is integral to transformation around technology. For transformation around technology, especially the automation of operations end-to-end across sectors, there is the need for records sharing. There are many aspects to achieving this with specialist needs as well as nuances. Some considerations which are common to other industries as well include stakeholders. The management of stakeholders across a business or sector, which requires, amongst others, agreements between stakeholders and management of service across different products and markets. Consortia for service provision and management with integration into stakeholders. Managing information access versus information storage requirements across end-to-end operations. Regulatory. Agriculture is a food production industry with a range of regulatory and compliance. Regulatory for provision, protection, and management of stakeholders and their information. Cross-industry and jurisdictional requirements. Required reporting, audit, and compliance management from technology integrated across the sector with analytics and real-time productivity gains. Governance. The overall governance and management of transformation with considerations like governance of standards, processes, protocols, procedures, information with structures and metadata, governance of consortia, industry bodies, and related stakeholders for assurance of agreed services. Artificial intelligence usage, a range of applications for artificial intelligence across business. AI in assurance of records provision, quality, consistency, and related metadata for integration into processes. AI in analytics and derived products and service, both real-time and aggregated. Shared services, the provision of shared services to business so that small, medium, and large businesses can all benefit from integration. Consortia for value-added products and services across industry sectors. Shared services available across the sectors and industry for services like skilling and training or reporting services. Shared automated knowledge worker services on demand for the industry and sectors. Whether it is the monocultures or factory warehouse intensive production or small enterprise focused on sustainable free-range operations for local markets, businesses face similar needs and can realize returns from transformation around technology. While many of the requirements and issues identified for agriculture are generic to other industries as well, the dependency upon agreements on common standards, processes, protocols, procedures, information with structures and metadata, and reporting between stakeholders is again required and is integral to transformation around technology. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe, add your comments, and share with others.